Hello, welcome to Infinite Sky channel. My name is Danguole and today I will do your pick a card reading. So before I start your pick a card reading, I'm really happy to announce that I'm opening my personal tarot readings. You can book those readings in my website, which is called infinitesky.eu. So all information will be provided in the description box below. And we can start with today's pick a card reading. So today's pick a card reading is his secret revealed. So what you don't know about your person that you want to know. And I also going to look to his feelings and thoughts about you and this relationship and possible actions towards you and some guidance from your spirit guides. So let's get started, and as always I have some crystals to choose from. So these are your options. We have pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. So for pile number 1 we have pyrite stone, for pile number 2 we have carnelian, and for pile number 3 we have rose quartz. So all you have to do is choose one pile that you are the most drawn to. Once you've done that, you should click on the timestamp which is provided in the description box below, and you will be linked to the specific reading of this video. So I will see you on your reading. Hello, pile number 1. So if you chose this pyrite stone, this is your reading. And this reading is his secret revealed. So in this reading, I will first tell you what is the biggest secret that you have to know about this person. So this card will indicate his secret, and these are tarot cards for clarifying this situation. So we have Kairos, Ace of Swords and Wheel of Fortune. So what I already feel that in this connection there has been a communication about emotions, or there has been like some sharing of emotions and feelings, and it's already in the past, and right now in the present moment there is not much left. It's like neutral energies. Especially from this person. And this person, the biggest secret about this person is that he's thinking that, and he's understanding on mental plane that he cannot commit to this relationship. He cannot commit to this relationship. He doesn't want to invest in this relationship. That is his biggest secret. And I feel like this decision that you probably also already made, or you're thinking about this decision, or intuitively feeling about this decision, that it's not going to work. This relationship is not going to work because there's a new energies and a new beginning coming. A new cycle is starting, and there's a closure of old cycle, and everything that has to be said, it's already said. Everything that has to be shared is already shared, and now it's nothing left. Like, it doesn't mean that there wasn't love between you, but like especially from this person, is like, okay, I have nothing to give. I have nothing to give. I already did my best and it's not working. I have to move on. I have to move on because I feel like there's something coming for me. There's something more in this life, and there's something that I need to know about me and learn about me. And I cannot change the situation. And this person fully understands that there is some divine plan in this connection, or at least like higher power or destiny or something that is beyond of his control, that he cannot control. And that's why it's easier for him to decide that I don't have to commit to this relationship. I don't have anything to give. So this is quite a huge thing. I don't know if you're ready for this information. I'm sorry if it was triggering for you. But let's move on. And right now we will see what are his feelings. And I keep referring to he, but you can change to she if it fits your situation more. So right now we will look what are his feelings and thoughts about you. So we have the Lovers in reverse. We have Knight of Pentacles in reverse, which is indication of what I said already. Queen of Wands in reverse. Honeymoon. Unrequited love in reverse. It is safe for you to love in reverse, but I will keep it like that. So you can change. Okay. So there's definitely crossroads of destiny here. Like there's definitely this person realized like love is not enough, or I don't have love for you. But it's not that I didn't love you, but it's more like what has been, it's already in the past. And I think he misses certain moments in your relationship, and he thinks about this like honeymoon period when you had like everything together, like you were doing everything together, you were enjoying each other, you were making love, and you're like crazy with each other, and like all those intimate, romantic, passionate moments, it stick to him, and he's constantly thinking about that. But he also, and like it's nostalgic feeling that I get from him, like those moments were really precious for him. So that's what I feel. Also with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, that's a clear indication that he's not ready to commit to any relationship right now. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of that relationship. It just means that this person, if he would like find another woman, I don't know, another person to love, he will be still unavailable. He cannot give anything. He cannot essentially give anything. And this feeling and this like not taking actions thing is because he felt in this relationship for some time, like quite some time, that he was pushed away by you and he was rejected by you, and he felt very disappointed in that because he felt like he doesn't deserve love, and it's just he's not enough in himself, like he's not enough in his actions, he's not enough in what he is essentially, and this like broke his heart like a lot, and that's why he is very closed off. Like his energies right now is like very closed off, and he's not ready to share anything. So I keep repeating the same message, but it's what I feel. Yes, and he is not ready for any relationship yet because he feels very threatened. He feels a lot of anxiety, a lot of fears is coming up because he is not safe in himself. He doesn't feel stable. He feels fearful of loving, of being vulnerable. And he felt for some time in your relationship like that, because he didn't feel safe to share his feelings and to be open, like be fully open and vulnerable. And I think that led this thing that he wasn't open enough led to some disappointments in bedroom, and lack of passion and lack of passionate intimate relationship. And he also feels like he's not enough in that aspect, and he's like not like no woman or like no other person could be attracted to him because he's not worthy, he's not attractive enough, he's not like a lot of negative feelings from this lack of passion, because there was a situation between you two where you didn't want to make love to each other. You just didn't, there was no attraction left. And yeah, so this is quite related to the emotions always has a relation with passion energies. And when there's a blockages in your heart, that is also leading that you cannot like fully accept and fully allow other person to be intimate with you and to be like sexually interested in them. So let's see what other messages we have in regards of his feelings and thoughts about you. So we have quite a dark energy here. I have suicidal tendencies. I need to forgive myself. Grace is helping me, and we are not meant to be together in this lifetime. So let's speak about that. We're not meant to be together in this lifetime. This is a clear indication for me that you had a soul contract. This was a karmic relationship for you, and you have to be strong enough to move on from this relationship because you already mastered this cycle. You already mastered a big cycle in your life. You already understood some lessons. Maybe it's not fully like fully completed, but it's like going to be completed in a few months, in a few weeks. For some of you it could be a few weeks from this reading, for some of you it could be 2 months, but you're already moving from like you are already in separation, and just keep moving from the past relationship, from all of this emotional things and like all hurt and everything. Like you have to move on and go step by step. From this person, I feel like the reason because he decided to give up on this relationship because he understood that he cannot forgive himself. He cannot forgive himself for what he did. He cannot like he felt not enough, and he felt like he's like some kind of thing that you like. He think that he has quite a very negative pattern of thinking negatively about himself, and it's been going on for quite a while, like maybe for 10 years, 15 years, from like a lot of years it's going on like that. And he started to think that in the core, in the being of who he is, he's some kind of monster or some kind of shameful creature. And he doesn't understand that we all like in the core being, in essence of who we are, we just emptiness, and there's nothing, but it's like positive emptiness. We are essentially of who we are. We are just effortless being, and we are love. We are all of and nothing at the same time. But he doesn't understand it. It's very hard to convey in the words who you are, but it's certainly what he is thinking about himself is going from the ego and lower planes, lower energies. It's not the truth of who he is, but he's just thinking that. So, and he also thinks that sometimes he has some dark thoughts that it's not worthy, it's not worth like his time to put efforts in his life, put efforts to anything that what he does, and anything like nothing has meaning. Everything just, it is just a game, but it's not like fun game. Like life is a misery, and all of that thoughts is coming to surface, and it's very, very dark and negative energies. So, okay, let's see what actions he might take towards you, if he will take any actions. So we have Six of Wands in reverse, Justice in reverse, and Five of Wands in reverse. So there's a lot of blocked energies here. Like I said before, like this person is quite closed off emotionally, but he's not closed off mentally. And that mental plane, he's still like open to new information on, at least on the mental plane. And what he realized is that I don't want this relationship because I'm tired of putting efforts in you, and I'm tired of putting efforts. I'm tired of like saying compliments or saying appreciating you. Like I'm not appreciating myself, so how can I appreciate you as a person, because I'm not appreciate myself. So I don't have energy for other person to like give, because I'm not like worthy in myself. That's what I feel. Also in this Justice card, like I have to balance my life, I have to balance my shit, like I have to take full responsibility for what I did, and I'm not in a good place right now. So I cannot offer you anything. I cannot offer you just a little bit, because a little bit is too much for me. I also don't want dramas. I don't want fighting. I don't want no communication. I don't want invest in this, because I'm tired of all this drama. I'm tired. So there's no action I feel from this person. Won't be any action soon. Right now, okay, so this might be a triggering, quite a triggering reading for you. I know it's like some things that I said is pretty harsh, and so right now we will get some guidance cards for you, and what you have to do in this situation, how you can move on. So we have Crossroad of Destiny, and we have Heart Healing. Okay, so the message is pretty clear. The message is pretty clear. So don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. Don't be afraid to leave this relationship behind. Don't be afraid to close the doors, because you are on the crossroad of destiny. You are in control of your destiny, but you also have to be willing to be in the flow of life. You have to be willing to leave the past behind. You have to be willing to change. And it's hard to change, because I feel like for you, you have been very attached to familiarity, and you are afraid of going like taking a risk. You're afraid of taking a risk and going to the future. You're afraid to going to the future, and you have to leave the comfort. You have to leave the comfort, like comfortable relationship, the familiarity of this. Like you have to be willing to leave all that behind. And also another message is that you have to be sensitive towards yourself. You have to make sure that you have enough time for you to heal, to process all of that pain, because there's a lot of pain in your heart chakra. There's quite a lot of anger also. And I feel like I'm intuitively feel like from your spirit guides, they are guiding me to say that you have to make sure that you are making enough time for you to rest, to relax your heart space, to just feel your emotions, to just let it go. Just also, you don't have to rush this process. You have to be very careful with yourself. You have to be careful how you speak with yourself. Like, just be gentle. Just be gentle. The message is be gentle, relax your heart space. And another thing is like, don't be afraid to move on. So that is your guidance. But we also will read what is written in this heart. So, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you will be surprised where it leads. So yes, that's all I have to say, like, because you don't be afraid to move on, don't be afraid to go with the flow. Don't resist change, even though it's very hard, and you might not feel like, some of you might be surprised that, okay, this is the end, and how can I move on? How am I supposed to move on? Like how I'm supposed to be happy with this decision? But you don't have to be happy. You don't have to be happy. Just be in this energy, feel it, like feel to the core of it, and then see like how it dissipates in the space. And just like it's not going to be easy right away. Like you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient. You have to be persistent in your journey. You have to be like, don't give up. Just don't give up. And I think that some of you might create unnecessary stress because you're thinking about the past. You're thinking what might go wrong, what I did wrong, but you don't go with that self-judgment thing, because it's causing a lot of stress and unnecessary stress. Because the main reason why you've been in this relationship is because you have to experience pain. You have to experience disappointment. You have to experience a lot of negative stuff in order for you to grow. But it doesn't mean that you have to overanalyze what you did wrong, how you were charged emotionally, how you were triggered emotionally, and how you made the mistakes. No, you don't have to go with that analyzing thing. Just understand that everything is experience. There's an experience, and this is a meaning for this relationship had a meaning. And that's that. So I'm sorry, I'm talking too much on this subject. I hope that in this reading you find some guidance or inspiration, and see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. So if you chose this stone, hope you can see it. This is your reading. So the title of this reading is His Secret Revealed. So we will start with his secret. What do you have to know about this person that you didn't know before? And I will refer to he, but you can change to she to female gender if it fits your situation more. So we have the One and we have Hermit. So the main secret that he doesn't tell you is that he scared to be alone. He's scared to stay single. He's scared, and he feels like he's very lonely. And the loneliness, sometimes it gets so overwhelming that he doesn't know what to do. But actually, the more he stays in that energy of being alone, the more he understands that it's not so bad to be alone. It's not so bad because there's some silence in that, there's some peace in that. Yes, coming from like being like needing relationship, also like needing people, needing to confirm that he's valuable, like he's coming to that more gentle energy when you don't need so much people, you don't need to satisfy your ego, you're just peaceful in yourself, you just feel silent, you feel harmonious. So he's coming to that energy, but he still feels dissatisfied and he feels scared, and he feels like I want this connection, I have to stick to this connection because this connection with you and like with other people, because I'm scared to be alone, like I'm scared to die alone, I'm scared to be like empty. But this is an illusion, because you're the fear of separation is like big illusion on this earth planet, because you're never alone. Spirit guides are always with you, like they are always sending you a message. And especially when you're alone, especially when you're not occupied with some like activities and some like difficult people around you, you're not overwhelmed by something, then they can reach you and they can like extend this peace that they naturally have to you and to your being. So actually being alone for this person is leading to some kind of spiritual awakening and some kind of like satisfaction and peaceful state of mind. Right now we will see what he is thinking and feeling about you. So we have 10 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and 8 of Swords. Okay, we'll leave this for a while. So, with 10 of Wands energies, I feel like he's quite, he feels stressed out. He feels a lot of stress and anxiety about this connection right now. It doesn't mean that it's your responsibility that he feels like that, but he feels like that. He feels anxious. He feels he's not satisfied, but I feel like he is in his own bubble of mind, his own thoughts. He feels stuck in his own thoughts. He's analyzing this connection. He feels burdened by this connection and by the responsibilities that you may have. There's a lot of responsibilities that he will, like he feels responsible for what he done, and he feels responsible for this connection, and it weighs him a lot. Like there's a heavy energy for this person. There's a heavy energy. But what he doesn't understand, that he can easily come out of this energy by just staying detached, not putting more attention to his thoughts, not putting more energy to this like analyzing overwhelming sensation. Just leave everything and everything will turn out great. But there's a lack of trust. There's a lack of trust in universe that this connection might work out. So he feels a lot of stress and anxiety. Yes, also what I feel from this person, he feels a lot of passion and chemistry towards you. He definitely is attracted to you physically. He he's just fantasizing a lot about you. So it's overwhelming because he's not only like feels this extreme attraction towards you, but it's also over analyzing things, and like it's became to the point like in his body he just feels a lot of sensations like going through, constantly going through the system, and it's like very overwhelming feeling. um but don't feel sorry for him because I feel like for some of you when you listen to this reading, like you feel, oh my god, like this is a lot, how can I help this person? So don't feel obliged to help this person. Actually what is he is going through is like his it's a repeating cycle and it's a repeating lesson for him. It's coming from a lot of past life situations, because he had a lot of he has quite a lot of past life with this person, past lives as you call, and there's a lot of karma, but you are dissipating that karma, and in that process is quite a heavy energies coming to the surface, quite a lot of heavy thoughts and feelings coming to the surface to be released. So there's a lot, quite a huge like karma, as I can say, but it's not it's a positive thing because he's finally releasing that that subconscious like things, subconscious like blockages inside of him. So it's overwhelming. So he is healing. He's subconsciously healing his traumas from his family, from his childhood, because he has to forgive his parents for what they did, how they I would say how they behave towards him, how they approach his like his when he was a child, and he's releasing all of that traumas inside of him. So essentially it's a good process, but it requires a trust, and he doesn't have trust in universe. That's the main problem. So let's see what actions he might take towards you. Okay, so we have these cards. Okay, so what I feel, there is not a lot of action that he might take towards you because he's not ready to trust. He's not trusting in this connection, but he's learning to do so. And as he's going through this tough cycle, he's just not ready to take a lot of actions. So he might be very silent. He might be very silent and closed off. He might not speak a lot about his feelings. He might be introverted. What you can feel from his actions, that he cares about his family, but also his family is like, if you had children or if you have some pets that you take care of, he feels responsible and he feels overwhelmed by all of that responsibility. So you might feel he's stressed out about this children that you have or the family situation that he's in. But that comes because he cares about that. He cares about them. He cares about you. Another action that is not like really an action, is like an energy. And this energy is like very light-hearted, like fun, like little bit joking around and something. So he might approach you in that manner of like being just positive, joking, and just very friendly vibe, I feel. So he might act friendly towards you, but inside he's not trusting this process and he doesn't know what to do. So he is just choosing to be positive and choosing not to be overwhelmed by this, by just ignoring, I could say, like ignoring some parts of him. And yeah, So this is quite a confusing energy, because in the outside this person could look like happy and just smiling and like joking, but inside he's just like pure like storm going out. So a lot of stress and anxiety and fears are coming. Okay, so let's look what message your spirit guides have for you in this situation. So, secret pleasure. I feel for some of you, you might feel guilty that you don't have a lot of intimate connection with this person. You don't have intimate moments between you two, and you could feel guilty for that, and you might take responsibility for not willing to participate in like sexual encounters with this person. But spirit is saying like, don't worry about that. Don't worry that you don't have a lot of passion towards him, or just there's a situation that you cannot like be in the sexual encounter with each other, because I don't know, there might be a distance, or there might be some like circumstances that you cannot be intimate with each other. So just focus on your own pleasure. Just focus on things that make you feel good, make you feel appreciated. Appreciate your body. Look what you eat. Look what makes you feel happy. Like, what is pleasant for you, that's all for you. So you don't have to suffer. You don't have to be, just like enjoy yourself, enjoy your body, enjoy food, enjoy everything that you can have in your 3D reality, because it's important for you to let go of the fear that you are not worthy of experiencing pleasure in your life. So create the environment that is pleasant for you, that is essentially for your own pleasure and for nothing else but you. You're the main focus of attention. You're the main reason, and you're the main, like, just be in that space where you feel comfortable in yourself and you could enjoy the pleasure. So, another message from this card is transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So, the message for both of you is that you have to trust in each other and also in the universe. And that's it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to try hard. You don't have to be like open to each other, or just like initiate all that conversations, or you just have to trust. Just basically don't do nothing and everything will transform itself, because it has to transform. And it's transforming because the energy is always like moving, it's always changing, moving, and just go with the flow. You don't have to be certain way, or just just trust. I also forgot about some messages that he had for you. So the message from this person is that the main thing that he's learning is not to be codependent in your relationship, because he became codependent. That means he acted from a place of neediness. He always needed you. He always needed certain things. He always expected certain things from you, and now he's releasing that. And of course, it's going to be uncomfortable to release those things, expectations, and all of that. But and also that's is stemming from his childhood, from his family. I feel like his parents are very codependent, and he learned this behavior. Also, there is a codependency between the children and parent dynamic in his family. So he's learning a lot how to be independent, how to be fully in control of him, how to feel peaceful. And you found the peace, you found some spiritual awakening is happening, some cleaning, clearing, transforming. He understands that he needs to change. He understands that he needs to transform. He understands that he needs to release all the expectations that he put on you, that he put the stress on this relationship. And he's trying to do his best not to control the situation, but he's still in control because he's not fully taking the risk and he's not fully stepping out of the comfort zone. But remember that his love is unconditional, and his love is like pure. He always loved you. He will always will love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just know that this love is very deep for you too. And yeah, so just trust. Just trust. Love is here. Transformation is here. So wait, and everything will be fine. So that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. So if you chose this rose quartz stone and this heart-shaped card, this is your reading. His secret revealed. So I'm gonna start with this secret that you have to know, the information that you have to know about this person. So let's see. So we have the same card that was in the pile 2 for the secret, and it's the 1, and it goes with the ring. We also have Page of Wands and 10 of Cups. So the secret is not so much a secret, but probably you intuitively already know this information, and I'm just confirming that this person wants to have a family with you, wants to have a happy, harmonious relationship with you. He is in love with you. He wants you. But right now he is experiencing a lot of, I would say, spiritual downloads, and a lot of things are going on that you don't see. And it's creating a new beginning for your relationship. So he's not in that like I'm ready, good to go energy, but he's completing a huge cycle in his life. And when it will be completed, I'm feeling in 6 months. For a lot of you, it will be in 6 months when the full cycle of this person is completed. Then he is going to be more committed to you, and he will plan to engage, like marry you, or like he will know in his heart that he wants to marry you and you're the one. Basically, this message is like he's starting to realize that you're the one that he wants. You're the one and only one, and there's nobody else that he wants but only you. But unfortunately, this is taking a lot of time because there's still some stuff that he needs to process. So we will get inside of his feelings and thoughts about you and this relationship. So I'm gonna look with this. Okay. So his thoughts and feelings about you. So he's definitely in love with you. There's definitely deep connection between you two. There's a heart connection, heart space connection. There's a deep love. So no doubt about that. He loves you. But you probably knew that there were some third-party situation in your connection. If you didn't know, there is, but for most of you, I think that you already know that there was some other people, some other third party situation going on. And he is now in the stage when he is releasing that connection. He is releasing all of that unnecessary connections that for most of you there was emotional connection. There was not sexual connections, but emotional connections that he has to release because they were blocking your union. They were blocking your like there were blockages for being open, for being truly open, vulnerable, and honest with each other, because he was quite, I feel like he was deceiving you, he was lying to you. But for most of you, I feel like you already know that. You talked about that, or some information at least was being like were being shared between you two about this other people involving in like interfering in your connection. So he's like deciding on more like mental level that he wants this connection with you. He's deciding, and once he decides, there's no going back. Like there will be solid foundation between you two, because he knows deep in his soul and also in his mind that you are the one for you. But even though he feels that connection emotionally, he feels like you're the one, he feels the love, but sometimes he doubts that because he feels like love is not enough. Love is not enough. There has to be some compatibility between you two. There has to be some comfortable relationship, like comfort zone, there where you can be stability, at least some stability. And I think there's what is lacking in your connection is a stability, and or at least for him, he doesn't feel stable in your relationship. So he's deciding on the mental level that, and it will be quite soon, it will be very soon that he will decide, okay, I have to be committed, I have to be committed, and I'm not going back. I have to be willing to take a chance. I have to be willing to take a risk. But right now, he's still in this like energy of resistance, because once he understands that, okay, I have to take a risk because love is a risk, relationship is a risk. You never know if it's gonna work out or not unless you're doing tarot. But if you're not so connected with the spiritual divine world, you never know. Like you never know if it's gonna work out, or it's like you're meant to be separated with each other. So a lot of doubts coming to his mind, and it's coming from his shadow side. So he's facing all his demons right now, and he's not quite ready to face all of that demon, like all of fears and shadow side and all of that insecurities. He's not fully ready, he's not fully open, and that's why it's taking so long to manifest this connection. On the other like message, I feel that he feels that you're too good to be true. He feels like you're like you are this diamond that shines so brightly, like it's too bright for him, like you are the sun that is too bright, and it can hurt you if you're looking directly to the sun. It can hurt you, and he feels like, maybe I'm not ready for you, maybe I'm not ready because I'm not good enough for you, maybe we're not compatible because you're wanting more, you're worth more, and I cannot give you more. So he's like doubting if he can take you, if he is able to make you happy. And he understands that right now he cannot give you what you want, he cannot complete you, he cannot satisfy all your needs, because he is not in that state of mind. So yeah, and there's, I already said that, but I can repeat that. It's clearly because he invested in some other relationship, and as he was invested in some other relationship that also was creating blockages, and you felt intuitively that something is wrong and he's not fully committed to you because he was invested in other areas of his life. And you can feel like when the person is not present with you, when the person is like not fully able to share love with you, where he's not open to you, you can feel that. And unfortunately that was because he was invested in other things in his life. So now we will see what actions he might take towards you. So there's two positive messages and one quite negative, but nothing is purely negative, so I will explain everything. The positive thing is that you won't be so how to say, you won't require from you a lot. Like, you won't require attention, you won't require certain things, you won't be needy. In this connection, you won't be needy anymore. His energy will feel a lot easier and lighter than before. He will be a lighter and just more like carefree person, and he won't put any expectations towards you and your connection. That's a very, very positive thing. I feel like a lot of people doesn't get that, and or if they get, they take it for granted. Well, he doesn't want anything from me. But you know how many couples, like, there's a huge requirements to be perfect, to behave certain way, to feel like there's a pressure towards each other, to be this kind of, to fulfill each other's projections, and he doesn't want that anymore. Maybe in the past he behaved like, oh, you have to be a certain way, you have to behave certain way, you have to fulfill my own ego, and I'm not accepting of who you are. So right now he's changing inside, he's changing because he starting to accept himself. It's like very, very only the beginning of acceptance, but he's starting more and more accepting of himself. He's struggling with that because he's not accepting himself, and I think he feels a lot of guilt towards, he feels guilty and he feels not enough, and he had a lot of regret what he did in the past. And that's why like, that negative message that I wanted to say is not so much negative, but he might be irritable. He might be impulsive sometimes. He might be irresponsible, or his energy might not feel like, he might act from a place of lower self, which is ego, and he might still have arguments with you, or you want to have arguments, you want to have like, it's kind of it's like immature behavior. So you can expect some immature actions or behavior towards you, especially like some like words said that is not meant to be said, or like that kind of stuff. It's not very serious, it's not serious arguments, it's not a lot of anger, but it's just like irritable energy, irritating energy. What I also see, that he's not focused on you right now, or at least his actions is not focused around you, but more the outside world. So he might be focused more on his career, his like responsibilities, his like actions, what he's doing, what he's manifesting, but not so much on romantic connection. And that might be frustrating to hear, I know, but he has to do this for now. Like he has to, because he's not fully accepting himself, so he cannot fully accept this relationship and this, like, essentially you and your part in this connection. But it doesn't mean that it won't be in the long term. I feel like in the long term, there's a huge potential for him to step up and to be more responsible, to be more open, more vulnerable. But right now, it's not the right timing. Also, I forgot some messages about how he feels about you. So, yeah, so he's releasing other people from your connection, also releasing other opinions about this connection, because I feel like in the past he was focused a lot on what other people say about you, how things should be, how a woman should behave, how the man should behave, like all of that yin and yang, like woman man vibes, like a lot of ego in this, because you can never say, oh, woman should behave like that and man should behave like that. There is a woman, this responsibility for women and that's for men. No, you can, because there's always two human beings who just want to have harmonious relationship, and you cannot expect from other person to behave certain ways. So he's releasing all of that opinions that was put from society, not from him, but from society on this relationship. Also, he feels like you have friends, or you have friendships that are very meaningful for you, and he takes example for you, and he like learns how you're able to connect with your friends so easily. He's learning this ability to connect with people, and he's really enjoying some of your friends that are staying with you. Yeah, so there's a vibe of this. I already said, like he feels not enough for you, and that's why he feels like so much not enough that he feels overpowered and helpless, and a lot of helplessness coming. So there's the feeling of frustration and helplessness and a little bit anger, because he feels angry at himself, like he cannot step up to your level, and he feels angry that he cannot be fully mature for you, and he cannot be like fully complete for you, and he lacks unconditional love towards himself. So there's an anger, a little bit anger, not a lot, but the anger is coming from this helpless state of mind. Okay, so right now there will be one card, one message from your spirit guides, what you have to do in regards of this connection. So the message for you is, I know that it's hard for you right now. I know that it's hard for you not to get what you want, because you know your worth, and you know that you cannot have this thing that you want. You know that in this connection you're not satisfied, but you have to be willing to make sacrifices for this connection and to release all your expectations, because I know that you feel like this connection, or like it's denied for you, like you feel like this connection is denied for you and you cannot ever have this. But actually it's not denied, it's only postponed for a better future, and you will realize that it was happening for your own benefit. And universe is not conspiring against you. Universe is not like punishing you, but is helping you to manifest full potential of this connection, full magic in the air. And you have to be willing to be patient. You have to be willing to release all your expectations, all your worries, like, and spirit guides know that you're struggling and know that you're not happy, and they always have your back. They always are willing to help you, and they listen to your prayers, they listen to your thoughts, they listen to your desires. But they know that there's another reality that will be happening soon, that you are not aware of it. Once you release all expectations, once you release all of that, you will start to see miracles happen in your life. So just be patient. And also, we will read one message that is written here. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So yes, I feel like for you, the main message is also give your person space and freedom. Let him be alone. Let him be in his own thoughts. Try to be as much detached as you can possibly be. I know it's hard, but just try to give each other space, and don't be be aware of your tendency to require love, to ask, could you give me, could you, no, just leave that, and okay, you need space, I give you some space, I also need some space. Just, we will be close when we have to be close, and I'm not going to push you or require anything from you. So you're both learning how not to be needy. And that's a beautiful thing, that in the end of this huge cycle, you both will be very satisfied with each other, because you're no longer need love. You're not you're no longer codependent on each other. You're just happy in yourself. So thank you for your time. It was a long reading. I hope you enjoy it, and see you next time. Bye.